Hey, good morning. This is Steve Wiideman. I'm here with Leo and Hansel, and today we're going to drink some coffee from
Coffee Code.
Coffee Code, and this is a Americano coffee. And we're going to talk about seasonality and search and how you can work with your e-commerce site and hopefully address some seasonality.
Cappuccino, Java Jive, Mocha Latte, Java Jive. I love coffee, I love tea.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
What do you think?
Good. I like it.
I think it's a tie between this place and I can't remember the one in Buena Park that we like.
Stereoscope.
The Stereoscope?
Or Arc.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have some clients in retail, and they sell products. Some of their products are for kids and back to school, and we often get asked, what do we do to make sure that we rank really well for back to school related keywords like back to school shoes or back to school clothes. Oddly enough, this particular client just branched out into clothes as well, so not just shoes or one product type. And it's interesting because you really need to plan ahead for it, because it takes months for a page to rank, right? And we did have an attorney recently who said, I'm not number one for whatever, and started panicking and freaking out, and we went on this big hiatus, and we got him to rank on page 1 now for just about every keyword that he'd been complaining about. But it's not normal, it's not sustainable in an e-commerce. It can be really competitive, where this attorney just handled a certain area, so a little bit easier. So that was us saying we can do anything, we set our minds to. But thinking about e-commerce and seasonality, if you plan months ahead and you get your page up and you get it optimized with all the right search terms, and you have all your products, even if you don't offer them yet, put them on there and put it coming soon, so that page can start to get some traffic. Put an opt-in in so that somebody who does want that early access notification can get an email right away. That way they're not just going, oh, well, this sucks, and they leave. You capture them by email, and then you send them an email when that page is live again, saying, hey, our deals are live. One challenge I've seen a lot of businesses do, even our restaurant franchise we work with, takes off their promo page for seasonality every year. One of them is Veterans Day, and they actually pull their Veterans page off. Well, thousands of coupon and discount websites link to the website to that promo page, and they take it off thinking, oh, it's not that time of year, we're not going to do it right now. But if you leave the page up and it gets some history, and it's been there and it sits there, you know what I mean? You get that click-through rate history. People occasionally still search, right, thinking ahead, like I want to plan my calendar for the year. They'll look for that content and they'll link to it. When they get to a 404 page, or when Google gets to a 404 page, that hoses your search, right? Your search optimization. So thinking about seasonality, keep that page up. Don't change it. If you have to change it, then make sure you redirect it to the corresponding page. The other thing to do is, like I mentioned, plan months ahead. Tools you'll want to use to look at the keywords that you have, since you only have Search Console data for 90 days, unless you're backing them up, which we do. If you go into Search Console, you get 90 days of data, but you want to look back at last year's information. The only place to really do that is going to be your Google Analytics, which gives you limited data because of not provided. And then third-party tools like SEM Rush and SpyFu and SerpStat. Your AdWords, if you did AdWords last year and the previous year's seasonality, you can pull your search term report and look at the actual search terms that converted for you, which gives you more of a data-driven approach. So there's some things that you can do as you start looking at, what should I be optimizing this page with? Talk to your paid search advertiser, get all that information together, and then organize your page accordingly. Leave it up, don't drop it, put a notification on there so users know, we don't have our seasonality deal right now, but if you want to get early notification and maybe 10% off, right, give them another incentive, boom, you're rocking. So that's kind of how we handle seasonality. Get it out there, you put it out there, and you don't drop it. Even if you might skip a year or two, just keep it there. Put a note on there, we're not doing it this year. That history is really important to search, and can really set you apart when your competitor does something savvy. So, what do you think?
Awesome, yeah. That's great, yeah. So if they have a Christmas page, for example, and they have a coupon on it, you recommend to just leave it, not touch it or redirect?
Leave the coupon page, but don't put the coupon on there. Just be one of the first 200 people to subscribe, right, to this page to receive last year's discount plus a 10%, right, or in this upcoming year's discount plus an additional 5%. Right. So you give them some sort of incentive to to want to fill out the form. You can look at your analytics and see 95% of the people who hit that web page leave without doing anything. 5% is a really high conversion rate. So get them to do something, even if it's just liking the page on Facebook or following you on Twitter, because those networks are going to be part of that distribution when you start sharing the promo. So if they won't subscribe, say, or follow with social media, right? Or if they don't subscribe and they start to exit, give them an exit pop-up and say, hey, we noticed you didn't subscribe to get notified. You can still be notified on your Facebook wall. The challenge is going to be organic, and social is dead. So even if they subscribe, they're not going to see your offer. You've got to do what to your ad when you finally do, or your listing. You've got to boost it. So even when your seasonality comes, you boost it, and you can run an ad specific to people who like your page, which will get you that much higher conversion rate. Instead of just blasting it out to the world, you can create a focused budget, a focused campaign in Facebook, in Twitter, in LinkedIn, and you can hit those people who've liked your page, particularly those you've segmented, who came from that specific campaign.
Or also people, Steve, that may not have liked your page yet, but you can target them you can make something very targeted
to
the
similar
people
audiences.
Exactly, similar audiences and all that. That sure works a lot with Facebook. That works beautifully.
So we want to know how you handle seasonality with your business. Do you keep your page up? Do you redirect it? What do you do? How do you make sure you rank really well during your peak seasons? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it a little bit more on next week's Search and Sip. So thanks for watching. It's Steve Wiideman, Ansel, Leo, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.